I have a good friend of mine that is playing NCAA 14, just playing for fun. And he did like a his Road to Glory mode, and he took this guy to Bowling Green and went undefeated and didn't make the championship game because Iowa and West Virginia went undefeated. And
No, I wanted to see you just talk BS on the. I just wanted to, if you want to send out the notification.
Gotcha, sir.
all right.
Hit enter. Woo!
Yeah, I have to hit it twice.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Because it was like, do you really want to at everyone? Like,
I love
bug
that.
them all.
Because sometimes
bug them all.
That's saved me. I've accidentally almost done it in a few servers where you hit at everyone. But whenever you want to at, just not everyone.
Yeah.
State already in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Jumping in real quick. Bring back Penn State right away. That'd be a cool addition.
They're always the most Penn State is always the most popular request.
I've made because I'm a while away. I'm still early on, but I've thought about being an AD and what schools, would be cool to bring back, and they would be on my short list because somebody went and stole my favorite team already, not mentioning names. So,
boy,
I mean,
I know previously, like in previous seasons, when we sent out the poll that says like, what team would you like, or what team would you like to be an AD of if we brought an expansion team in, like those kind of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Penn State's always near the top to come back.
Everyone's always talking about him in chat. It doesn't surprise me at all. I can't imagine why. Like everyone loves the uniforms on the games when we do broadcasts, and that's probably why we haven't brought them back. Why would we bring them back for their uniforms?
You can make a pink uniform for Penn State. That's their secondary color.
Pink?
Yeah.
All right.
Virginia Tech was one that I thought would be cool too. Great uniforms, good history.
Yeah, that's been another popular one.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, take it away, Ryan.
We already got spit in here.
All right. Thanks for everybody for joining us on the championship pregame show and the CFSO Awards. Excited to have everybody in chat tonight. Make sure you go in your locker rooms to get everybody. It's going to be an exciting night. We have the top plays of the season. We have All-Americans, the awards, obviously. We're going to talk about this championship game coming up. Before we get into any of that, though, let's talk about this Pitt championship last night. Number 11, Alabama, number 9, LSU, a rematch from week 4 in which LSU barely squeaked out with some late game heroics, 35-34. This time, Alabama had different plans, guys. The Crimson Tide looked fantastic and a very convincing win, 43-29. Cole, I'll go to you first. What was your reaction to this game?
Well, glad to have everyone here for Championship Wednesday. And yeah, Ryan, like you said, a really convincing win, that Alabama offense humming. And, you saw the article I released earlier today, the top pick of teams that didn't make the playoffs to make the playoffs next season, try to jump over the 8 teams we had. What an excellent finish to that season for Alabama, and really some momentum going into the offseason for that team in Tuscaloosa. So congratulations in order to Dobbins, and a lot of fun, a lot of great offensive showing in LSU. Obviously the loss is going to sting, but a great run at the end of the season for them as well. Really finished the season strong after the loss to Kentucky, and we'll see how they go next season as well.
No, I mean, going from 2-6 to losing in the Pitt championship, that's quite an improvement year to year. Murph, how did you see this one?
I was extremely impressed last night with Alabama. They jumped out that quick 17-0 lead, and to be honest, even when LSU made a couple of pushes, they got it to within 3, I think 2 different times in that ball game. I still didn't feel like Alabama had lost any control in that game. They were doing what they wanted to do offensively. They were making enough stops defensively to keep LSU at arm's length. And even when LSU made some big plays, forced a turnover at one point and helped get them back into that game, Alabama still seemed like they were just rolling, still unfazed by whatever LSU was doing. And as you said, it got a little ugly late. I don't think the final score really tells us the whole story, right? It kind of got out of hand. Alabama forced a couple late turnovers that they had a pick 6 towards the end, I believe, and made it look a little bit more lopsided than it was. Great season, as Cole said, for Alabama to finish off with a championship of some sort, even though it's probably not the one they wanted, right? But and LSU had a great showing, as you mentioned, bouncing back from a 2-win season a year ago, coming out being the number 1 seed in the pit, a legitimate argument for being a playoff team, and then just falling a little bit short last night.
And if Alabama had played the last few, or the whole season, excuse me, like they played the last few games, I mean, I think there's no doubt they would have been a playoff team. Might have been talking about them in a championship preview tonight. They've been unreal these last few weeks, playing very good football. An interesting stat I pulled from this game. We've seen 5 rematches now tonight. That will be the 6th rematch we've seen from the season in the postseason. The 4 previous that we saw before Alabama and LSU played last night, the team that won the first game won the second game. Alabama broke that streak. They were the only team that's gotten revenge, as Boise State will look to be the second tonight. I thought that was an interesting stat that we've seen. Not a lot of teams getting that avenge game. Alabama does pull it off. An incredibly impressive victory for them. And real quick, guys, obviously some big news that Mike dropped, and we'll get into it a lot as we go on. But the MAC coming back. I got my wrong side. I got my Ohio University repping the MAC tonight. Kind of excited, and I think it's going to be a good opportunity for some guys with less experience to get in some coaching roles and stuff like that. Murph, what did you think about the news?
I love hearing it, and the MAC was a ton of fun when it was around before. When I joined, it was a big part of what we did here, and it was a place for some of the guys who came in a little bit later in the season to find a home and start making a name for themselves. You mentioned a chance for coaches to get their feet wet, cut their teeth, and become ADs. And we know some of the success that's come out of there. And so it should be fun. And actually, a couple seasons ago, Ohio made a case for MAC members being in the playoffs. It was shot down at the time, obviously, but who knows? It's looking like it might be a little bit different this time around.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. And Davis thrown out in chat, Moreland to Ohio. I don't think that'll happen. But I had to rep my team a little bit here. But Cole, what was your thoughts about MACtion coming back to the CFSL?
Well, Murph, I think you and I both got started with MAC broadcast. Am I right on that?
Yeah, started calling MAC games on YouTube.
So I always have had a soft spot for the league. I never was a player there, but that's where the legend of Mr. SpongeBob, as we were joking about before the broadcast, was born. And it's really great to have it back. Obviously, some opportunities for some up-and-coming coaches as well. I'm really excited. And obviously, some more information coming from that, I assume, in the next few days. But yeah, it's really all I have. I know a lot of people in chat, that's been a hotly requested thing as well, to bring back the MAC. So you guys got your wish.
Anytime that it even came up as somewhat of a subject, if I was near Mike or talking to Mike, I'd be like, come on. The MACtion. You want some action. Just getting to it. But I'm glad to see it's back, and we'll see how it looks this time. I think it's going to be interesting to watch. But we're going to move on to the next thing in our broadcast. Really excited about this, and shout out to Silent Ninja for the hard work he puts into these top 10 plays each and every time. This time we have the top 10 plays of season 15, and here it is.
From left to right, sets off. Oh, down! Watch who he's going to step. He's going to go for it fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
It was a fantastic season for the top 10. And with season 15 coming to a close, we're going to take a look back and see which plays made top 10 for season 15. Let's dive right on into it.
Getting into the punch time here. As McDaniel takes another pass and falls loose. Picked up by number 77, is making the run for the end zone. Can he make it all the way down? That is a touchdown and a very late tackle. Where's the flag for unsportsmanlike conduct?
Yeah, you're right, but good play there. He's in the right spot.
But hey, that one hit the turf. So if he wants to compete with those guys, he's going to have to catch on. It's a huge hit, and Wisconsin picking it up in the special teams play is going to give them the lead. Forte with the 6.
Pick up here, but you really want it if you're Pitt.
And they're going to bring a tight end in motion. You got 3 receivers in the set, and they will throw it. No screen pass here. He's going to take a shot to the end zone and picked off in the back of the end zone by Notre Dame. And that takes away maybe Pitt's best scoring chance of the night.
Yeah, that's obviously not what you wanted there. A fantastic play by
We're going to 3 minutes here. Play action pass. Pulled the D lineman. Gave him some time. Intercepted by Alabama here. They got one man to beat. Trying to get past him. Breaks off of him. Another one. Wide receiver catching up to Alabama defender. Breaks off a 3rd or 4th. And he's going all the way, Matt. How many people was that?
Deuce Palmer, the freshman, broke off on about 8 tackles. I think a cheerleader was in there at some point. I don't know.
Followers at 29-22 right now, so we appreciate the new follow. And there's a big return, and this one's going to go all the way back to the house. Florida State going to snatch the momentum away from Wisconsin as Aaron Ike takes it 98 yards to the house.
Yeah, unbelievable. 2nd and 12, like you said, after the loss there. Pump fake. Throwing it down the sideline. Got a man. He has to come back for it, and it's picked off. Wow, what a play as he goes up, and he's going to continue returning this one down the sideline. What a play there. The 2nd interception for the Cowboys.
And we got to make sure we clip that. What an unbelievable pick there. Hannah was right there, and he goes up and gets it. That was Otto Podolski that comes up with the play. 11.
Coming out of the eye, one receiver to the right. Ball handed off on a big power run, stretching out to the outside. Stiff arming and throwing people to the ground. Breaking another tackle. James Ware picks up another rushing touchdown.
My goodness, was there a Bulldog left standing on that play?
The season and 6 games played. And to Georgia's defense, they are playing above their heads right now. First down here, though, and a good run. Oh, my goodness, Kentucky for some revenge. Kentucky to the 20. Kentucky, do they have the speed? Kentucky with a touchdown, Taylor Copley.
He looked like a mailman running out there, stiff arming the competition, able to get to the front porch and pay dirt. So.
And there are moments in these games, CJ, where they just go out the window, logic, goodbye. That's Adams, by the way. They got...
Well, maybe broadcaster jinx is in effect here. Shotgun as Raboff makes an adjustment, drop it back. Rolling, throw in for the end zone. Double coverage, but coming down with it. Arthur Hannah touching his toes in the corner of the end zone. And Ohio State is up 6-0.
But they don't have to get the first down technically, or get a touchdown, but it looks like they kind of have to.
I think they have to. That one into the end zone, and that's a touchdown. That is off the deflection. How is that caught?
What an unbelievable catch there by Tomas. I don't believe this. That should have been intercepted, and somehow Tomas is just in the right place at the right time to make this play. That's unbelievable. Malcolm Kent Brown can't make the play, and just falls right into Tomas's hands. They're going to review that. You've got to give it to him. You've got to give it to him.
I was like, this has to be reviewed. So you see the dribble there. He slides underneath, and that angle doesn't show anything. I think that's a catch.
I think that's a catch, too. It looks like it maybe kicked off his foot as well. I don't think that hits the ground.
With season 15 winding down, I hope you guys will join us for season 16. You guys can join in. Go to collegesimleague.com.
All right. Some exciting plays there. And again, real quick, before we forget, another shout out to Silent Ninja, who does such a good job putting these together. Obviously, throughout the season, so many plays, hard to whittle it down to just 10, but I feel like he did a pretty good job here. Murph, a lot of plays that were great. Obviously, your team coming up with the number 1 play, that's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, that was a great play. It's kind of sad that was the last play I think we ran offensively all season long. Unable to get the job done that night, but Tomas makes a great catch. But like you said, those 10 plays, the best of the best, and I don't know how Silent Ninja is able to narrow it down. And I know he gets some help from everybody with sending in some clips. So great job to everybody contributing to that as well. But the amount of defensive plays that we saw on that top 10 list was insane. That just goes to show you how the league is evolving. It's not just offense all the time. Defense knows how to put it in the end zone too.
Right. A lot of defensive plays on that. Cole, what are the ones that stick out to you in the top 10?
Well, chat probably, I saw a few guys in chat agreeing with me. I think off camera I said it earlier this week when I first saw these plays. That where run, just 3 or 4 guys, Copley as well, just destroying those. I mean, definitely a lot of defensive plays, but the halfbacks really ruling the top 5 there. What a play. And then obviously the West Virginia play. That might be the craziest play I've ever seen live. So a lot of great plays this season. Again, like you said, thank you to Silent Ninja for the great work that he does. Also a Matt coach. So congrats on that.
Yeah. Congrats on that as well. And the ones that like really stuck out to me is this Arthur Hanna, fantastic wide receiver at Ohio State. That catch he made in the back of the end zone between 2 defenders, just phenomenal play. And then he also makes an appearance in the one clip that my Cowboys were in, where Otto Podolski goes up, jumps right in front of him to make that insane interception, and then doesn't go down, just lays on top of somebody, doesn't go down for quite a while, gets back up and runs for a while. So an exciting list, though, to say the least. Again, thanks to him for putting that together for us. And we look forward to him doing it again in the future next season. He does such a good job with those, and they're so much fun to watch. But we're going to move on here to your All-Americans, unveiling the All-Americans for this season. The way this is going to work real quick before we jump in, I want to shout out everybody that was nominated. It's obviously an achievement just to get nominated for these awards. So I'll shout out all of the nominees. Then we'll go back through and we'll talk about each individual position group and who ended up winning. So your nominees at quarterback: Scott Pine-Sol, Kentucky; Ryan Moreland, Oklahoma State; Thor Savage, Michigan; Jim Carr, Florida State; Ryan Ravenhill, Alabama; Ryan Smith, Boise State; Logan Radloff, Ohio State; and Phil Comet, Oregon. For halfback, Dwayne Salmons, Notre Dame; Jordan Hammer, OK State; Killian Dunn, Texas; Dan Brown, Florida State; Taylor Copley, Kentucky; Jerry Philbin, West Virginia; Clay Allen, UNC; Nicholas Perez, Georgia; Richie James, Tennessee; and Brody Bailey of Auburn. Wide receiver, Matthew McCray, Boise State; Tucker Court, Kentucky; Anthony Delano, Texas; Derek Pendleton, Michigan; Nick Reno, Michigan; Titus Price, Alabama; JT Cash Jr., Oklahoma State; Aaron Ike, Florida State; Carlos Shapovalov, Alabama; Elliot Griffin, LSU; Willie Hardigan, Kentucky; Jalen Thomas, Ohio State; Gunny McGuire, Oregon; Jafari Davis Jr., Texas A&M; Gregorio Esteban, Ohio State; Pablo Thompson, Oregon; and Zach Cornwall, Oregon. That was a mouthful, though. A lot of wide receivers there. And lastly, on the offensive side of the ball, tight end: Cadbury Wellington, UNC; Steve Cease, Missouri; Matt Scaly, Florida State; Connor Stevens, Illinois; Asher Allister, I believe that's Illinois. Was that Illinois?
Iowa?
Iowa.
McAllister?
Sorry about that.
Asher McAllister.
Sorry, McAllister. Iowa. P.D. Jackson, Florida; and J.B. Bell, Texas A&M. So congratulations to all of our offensive nominees. Let's go back through and look who made it on the offensive side of the football. For a quarterback, only one can make it on the All-American team, and that one, receiving 35% of the votes, and ran away with this one a little bit, Scott Pine-Sol, Kentucky. Congratulations to Scott Pine-Sol. An unbelievable season that he had this year. Murph, what did you think about this pick?
A great pick. I mean, it's hard to distinguish between all those great quarterbacks who were on that list. But Scott Pine-Sol had an outstanding season, better than 72% completion percentage, over 4,000 yards and 38 touchdowns. I mean, he led Kentucky all season long to where they were, had them highly ranked. Just an absolutely fantastic season. There's no way you can argue Pine Sol being your quarterback All-American.
Yeah, he had a great year. I know I was up for this category, but I thought that Scott was going to win it with the season he had, and he did, and he deserved it. A very fantastic year. In the running back position, we're going to take two. And this is interesting because number one kind of ran away with it. Number two was very, very razor thin close, though. Number one, your first All-American, and I don't think it'll surprise anybody, Dwayne Salmons of Notre Dame. A fantastic year that he had on top of a fantastic career. He received 85% of the vote. So a lot of people agree that Dwayne Salmons deserved this. The next one, really, really close. Only 2 votes separated second and third. But the guy that is going to make the list is Jordan Hammer, Oklahoma State. Killian Dunn of Texas, only 2 votes behind him. So razor thin, and Dunn had a great season. But obviously, congratulations to Salmons and to Hammer for the fantastic seasons that they had. And Hammer, as he's better known in our locker room as Ryan Moreland's lead blocker. Love you out there, buddy. We'll go to wide receiver where 4 will make it. And this was a talented group, man. Wide receivers had a year this year. But your 4 that are going to make it. Number 1, receiving 82% of the vote, Matthew McRae, Boise State. Number 2, receiving 74% of the vote, Kentucky's Tucker Quirk. Following them, having a record-setting season with 64% of the vote, Anthony Delano, Texas. And last but certainly not least, 41% of the vote. And there was a big drop-off after 4 here. It's Derek Pendleton of Michigan. So McRae, Quirk, Delano, Pendleton, congratulations to your wide receiver All-Americans. And lastly, we'll move into tight ends before wrapping up the offense. Really good tight ends this year. Tight end play, I feel like it took a step up from last season in general, and a lot of these guys were a big reason why. But your winner, receiving 34% of the vote, 10 more than second place, is perhaps the best nickname in the CFSL, Cadbury Beef Wellington. Congratulations to Wellington and all of the winners on the offense. We're going to bring that up so everybody can get a look here at the offense. So Cole, what do you think about this All-American offense?
Well, a lot of talent, as he said. It's always, a tight race on the offensive side. You mentioned Pine Sol earlier. Mostly similar to what I voted as well, but McRae, especially, I'll shout out. We'll see him later in the broadcast, I'm sure, with some of the major awards. Quirk had a great season. Delano for Texas, a really good season for them. Pendleton, I know he's getting a lot of love in chat right now as well. Some really great wide receivers, and then Salmon's running away with it at the halfback position. What a season. What a way to cap off a Hall of Fame level career. I'm voting for him in the Hall of Fame if I got a vote, but unfortunately I don't have one quite yet. We'll see maybe in a little bit. And not trying to self-advertise here totally. It's Cadbury Wellington as well. Shout out to him as well. UNC, up and down team, but Wellington, a really great season from him.
Yeah, it really was. And man, what a talented group there. Even with Cole campaigning for a spot there. Murph, how did you see all of this?
I mean, I'm happy to see the 2 running backs that we've got up there. I mean, it's a very pass-happy league, but you look at the 2 guys who made it for running back. Dwayne Salmons, everybody knows Notre Dame's game plan is hand the ball to Dwayne Salmons. You still can't stop him. You can only hope to slow him down enough and outscore Notre Dame that way. Had a great season, had 1,300 yards this season, but as a career, he averaged more than 5 yards a carry and more than 128 yards per game. So congratulations to Dwayne Salmons, All-American, and Jordan Hammer. Interestingly enough, in a pass-happy offense at Oklahoma State, he never carried the football more than 17 times in a single game this season. Didn't matter. He put up the numbers he needed to garner this award and to help Oklahoma State's offense just become that much better. And I think because of that, he more than deserves seeing that or getting that spot right there.
Yeah. And congratulations again to all of our All-Americans on offense. well earned. We're going to move to the defensive side of the ball now. And again, I'm going to shout out all of our nominees, and then we'll go back through and pick out our winners. Your nominees for defensive end: Kyle Payne, Missouri; Killian McBride, Texas; Drew Brandt, Notre Dame; DeAndre Gross, UNC; Les McAdoo, Oklahoma State; Miles Mello, Kentucky; George Yost, Alabama; Alexander Wilson, Boise State; Scott Frank, Oklahoma; and Valentino Villarreal, Ohio State. Defensive tackle: Jay Gates, Miami; Iman Porter, Wisconsin; Lacey White, Florida State; Jessica Navarro, Alabama; Tristan Paul, Oregon; Owen Britt, Alabama; Raven Remington, Auburn; Shane Lloyd, Oklahoma; Colin McDowell, Pitt; Enrico Pepino, Texas; Jeff Knight, Clemson. At linebacker: Brock Hoskins, Oregon; Ryan Schultz, Iowa; Daryl Jefferson, Clemson; Smoke Wyatt, Kentucky; Jaw Avery II, Texas A&M; Matt Walker, Oregon; J.J. Smith, Florida; Devin Rudisell, Pitt; Danny Laird, Nebraska; West Finney, Missouri; J.W. Ibeck, Illinois. And corner, a lot of names here on defense. Sorry, guys. Lincoln Griffin, Michigan; Jay Johnson, Georgia; DJ Brooks, Kentucky; Sean Adams, Georgia; Rev Lebouche, Notre Dame; Charlie Pickett, Michigan; Riley Fiegel, Wisconsin; Demetrius Thomas, Boise State; Duke Stover, Texas; Emilio Jimenez, Wisconsin; Max Capone, Oklahoma State; Alfonso Wadley, Washington; Alexander Kirsch, Iowa. Safety: Gavin Beavers, Florida; TJ Weinreich, Boise State; Samson Gumps, Alabama; Cameron Senator, Washington; Gavin McFadden, Ohio State; Savion May, Miami; Connor Cummings, Notre Dame; Jackson Tate, UNC; Dylan Bishop, Texas; Jacoby Cobb, West Virginia; MJ Boomer, Illinois. And last but not least, your kickers: DJ Marley of Wisconsin; JJ Brighton, Notre Dame; Pacer Smith Miller, Iowa; Trevor Michelle, Tennessee; Braden Gabriel, West Virginia; Max Boom, which a great name, of Alabama; Amir Abdullah, Kentucky; Greg Owens, UNC. So congratulations to all the nominees. Like we said before, just being nominated is such an honor with so many good players.
Do we get returner?
Oh, sorry, returner. My bad. Good
That's
call.
what I'm here for.
That's why I have you here. Vinny Mixon, Oklahoma; Archer Ike, Florida State; Trevor Austin, UNC; Jalen Thomas, Ohio State; Johnny Patterson, Tennessee; Tavion Tyree, Iowa; Jackson Kane, Illinois; Ricky Hammer of Florida. Thank you for that, Cole.
No problem.
But like I was saying, congratulations to all of them. Just being nominated is an honor in itself. But let's get on to our winners here. At the defensive end position, 2 will make it. There was a decent run at the top, a couple guys in there, but your 2 winners, receiving 39% and 36% of the vote, respectively: Valentino Villarreal of Ohio State; Scott Frank of Oklahoma. Congratulations to both of them. As we move on to defensive tackle, what may truly be the premier position of the CFSL, or at least it feels that way sometimes. 3 of them making the list, and it was a runaway with the top 3. 74% of the vote going to Miami's Jay Gates, 68% going to Wisconsin's Iman Porter, and 51% going to Lacey White of Florida State. Congratulations to those 3. At the linebacker position, top 4 will move on, and the top 3 kind of got a good lead, but it was interesting for the 4th spot. We'll get into it. 87% of the vote going to Oregon's Brock Hoskins. Congratulations. Next behind him at 80% of the vote was Iowa's Ryan Schultz, the freshman who had a huge year. Behind him, another great player, 67% of the vote goes to Daryl Jefferson of Clemson. And right behind them, 34% of the vote going to Kentucky's Smoke Wyatt. So congratulations, Hoskins, Schultz, Jefferson, and Wyatt, representing your linebacker core. Moving to cornerback quickly. Obviously, top 4 advance here as well. Your top 4 going to be Michigan's Lincoln Griffin, Georgia's Jay Johnson, Kentucky's DJ Brooks, and Georgia's Sean Adams. Georgia getting 2 guys in the cornerback list there. Congratulations to all 4. We move on to safety. Your top vote getters and top 4 again making it here. Number 1, Gavin Beavers of Florida. Right behind him, TJ Weinrich of Boise State, followed by Samson Gump of Alabama and Cameron Senator, Washington. So congratulations to those 4 as well. As we move on to kicker, this one was a runaway, guys. This one was the only one that really wasn't close. And for his perfect season, he will be your All-American, DJ Marley of Wisconsin. So congratulations to Marley. And I won't forget kick returner this time.
I was going to say it.
Another runaway for this one, as number 1, getting 47% of the vote. Nobody else getting more than 11%. Vinny Mixon of Oklahoma. So we'll bring those guys up. Congratulations to the defense and special teams All-Americans and all of our All-Americans this year. Murph, we'll head over to you first. What are your thoughts on this group?
Well, first thing is, how impressive is it that we've got a starting quarterback in this league that wins returner of the year?
Right?
That's insane. I mean, granted, he's kind of bounced around, so hats off to Vinny Mixon. Was a quarterback at one point, then went to receiver, then back to quarterback for the last couple of seasons, shared time this year, and excels at kick returner. So a jack of all trades, and he's clearly at least mastered one of them. Congratulations to Vinny Mixon at All-American for your kick returner. And then the defensive line. What else can you say? You said it already, Ryan. The defensive tackles have become the premier position in the CFSL. It started with Isaac Frost. And of course, Porter last season right there was step for step with Frost all year long for just about every statistical category you could think of as far as defensive tackles. And now you've got Jay Gates and Lacey White, 2 freshmen who've made this list, and they just destroy game plans. Offenses can't stop them. So congratulations to them, and as well as all the rest of them. Outstanding seasons and all the nominees. Shout out to my guy, Jacoby Cobb. Would like to see him on the list, but he's just a freshman, so I'm sure we'll see him around in the next 3 seasons.
Absolutely. He's got a lot of time to do it. Cole, you did see one of your guys make the list in Cameron Senator. How did you feel about that, and how did you feel about this list in general?
Well, yeah, as to add on, I'm so happy my first season as an AD. Obviously not the best season in Seattle, but to get one of my guys up there, definitely so happy for him. A really great guy in the locker room as well. Some really great, and I think we mentioned this as well, either in the articles or in the pre-broadcast setup, 2 Georgia cornerbacks making it, really great defensive showing from them. And yeah, awesome front 7. Lincoln Griffin had that huge game at the CFSL Hangout as well. He gets on there. Really great. And just going back on Vinny Mixon for a minute, what a guy to win the award. Selfless guy, shares the quarterback starting spot. I'm so happy. I voted for him. I was hoping he'd get it, and he does. So congratulations to all the defenders. And yeah, what a list.
Yeah, right. I felt like Vinny Mixon was lining up at a new position every week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very selfless. A lot of freshmen I noticed on this list. Congratulations to them. It's not easy to do your freshman year, and we're seeing a lot of just a lot of talent, and congratulations to everybody who made the All-American list and all of the nominees. That was a fantastic group of players.
Excuse me, Venom. It was Pickett with the game. Griffin was the one that had that crazy game against us. That's why I mixed it up.
All right. Congratulations one more time to all of our All-Americans. But now it's time to move on to the awards. We're going to see a lot of these guys over here on the awards. We have 9 awards to give out tonight to some of the very best in all of the CFSL. Tonight, we're going to start with Freshman of the Year. And your nominees for Freshman of the Year, as they're going to come up on screen, include Jay Gates, who we talked about earlier, had a fantastic season. Another All-American, Jay Johnson of Georgia. Ryan Moreland, Oklahoma State. Wide receiver, Titus Price, Alabama. Ryan Schultz up there as well, another All-American. And Lacey White, an All-American and an absolute animal. This one,
before you say it, I should mention just for the All-Americans, obviously with the graphics and great work on those, by the way, Ryan, and Murph as well. We'll have some of his later. We know who the All-Americans is, but only Ryan knows who the award winners are. So this is our first reaction on that as well.
Yeah, I'm the only one on this that has any idea who's going to win. So the reactions from Nate and Cole are going to be genuine here. So there's your nominees, and congratulations to all of them who had such a fantastic season this year. But your winner, receiving 43% of the vote, Ryan Moreland, quarterback, Oklahoma State. And it's not lost on me. It feels weird to announce award to win myself. It was honestly, to me, it was an honor just to be nominated with this group. You look at Jay Gates, Lacey White, and what they did this season, how good they were. Ryan Schultz was a weapon on every level this year. Titus Price, he just kept putting up huge numbers week after week. Jay Johnson was an interception machine. Just being on the list with those guys was an honor. To win, definitely an honor. Thanks to my teammates, my coaching staff, Houston in particular. I wouldn't have been here without you guys. But Murph, we'll send this one to you first. What were your thoughts on that award?
Well, first of all, congratulations to you. Not often you actually get to call the podcast with someone who wins one of these awards. So congratulations. It was a fantastic season. And you said it, the rest of the freshmen on this list, just as deserving. You've already mentioned how great they performed this season. So to come out and win this award, you took this Cowboy offense, and we mentioned your running mate Ryan Hammer and the All-Americans as well. You guys really turned this offense to a whole new level from what I had seen come into Morgantown the 2 previous years. And then to have to play you guys early on this season, the game you had against us, I could tell from week 2 that you guys had something special, and you in particular. I think you had 500 yards right on the dot against us in Morgantown, and kind of destroyed us before we got going there. You had an outstanding season, so congratulations.
Thank you. And thanks to everybody in chat. It was definitely an honor to win among this group and among this freshman class. It was really a talented freshman group this year, all around. We're going to move on to our second award, however. This one given out to the player that made the biggest jump from last season to this season. It's your most improved player. Obviously, your nominees up. We got guys like Malik Woodbury, the safety, had such a good season at LSU. Rashad Black, Pittsburgh, there at the top. Dan Brown, who had such a big year at Florida State. Jordan Hammer for Oklahoma State. Matthew Kindaziora for Washington. Your boy Cole.
Yeah.
Tucker Quirk, Kentucky, who had, he's up for a couple awards. He, All-American, had a fantastic season. Chance Thomas for North Carolina, a guy that I don't think gets talked about nearly enough. MJ Boomer, Illinois, also on that list. This one, guys, was razor thin. There was one vote that separated first and second place. So as thin as it could be. But your winner, receiving 22.7% of the vote, is halfback Jordan Hammer, Oklahoma State. Congratulations to Hammer, the best lead blocker in the CFSL. Cole, what did you think about this one? Well, real quick, I will say this. One vote over Tucker Quirk from Kentucky, who had just an unreal season. Cole?
Yeah, both of them, what a season they had. And really just a great showing all around. We talked about earlier, Hammer, he's had a really great, turnaround. Comes to this Oklahoma State team. Really, you guys definitely pass a little bit more than some other teams, but a big part of that offense, and he had some receptions as well. It partly helped with this. A really great season for him, and a really great season for all these guys. This is maybe my favorite award to talk about, just because it's someone who maybe, was a freshman, didn't have the right situation. Maybe there was a senior there behind, something like that. And whatever the case, this season, all of these guys, just what a great season from them, and a big congratulations to all of them nominated, and obviously Hammer for winning.
Yeah. Again, congratulations for all the nominees and for Hammer, my buddy in the backfield. Congratulations, bud. Well earned. Now we're going to move on to the most outstanding senior player. This one, what a list of legends this one is. Guys like Riley Fiegel from Wisconsin, Brock Hoskins from Oregon, Matthew McRae, Boise State, Scott Pinesall from Kentucky, Iman Porter, another Wisconsin player up there, and Dwayne Salmons, Notre Dame. A lot of these guys we saw a minute ago as All-Americans. And this one, another one that was really close. 7 votes separated first and fourth. So this one was a hotly contested one, guys. But your winner for most outstanding senior player season 15, none other than halfback Dwayne Salmons, Notre Dame. Murph, a legendary career coming to a close for Dwayne Salmons, and now he has the award to go with it.
Yeah, and you said a legendary career and maybe the best back that's ever come through the CFSL. Obviously, there's probably some debate there, but you look at what he's done, you could almost argue he was the entire offense at Notre Dame. And the fact that everybody knew he was going to get the ball and you still couldn't slow him down. It had a fantastic season. We talked about him in the All-American list. It's hard to argue with that right there. And again, congratulations to the ones that were nominated that didn't quite get there. You said 7 votes between first and fourth. That's impressive. Shows you the talent level that we've got on this list, and that the guys who put this list together certainly picked the right group of people.
Yeah, and congratulations again to Salmons.
His first major award.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. He's had All-Americans. That's his first, I guess we'll call it major award, though.
Again, congratulations. What a legend and a guy that will probably end up in the Hall of Fame like we talked about earlier. This one I've been looking forward to for a while. Broadcaster of the Year, obviously myself and the 2 gentlemen with me on the list for this one. Joining us on there, Jathan, Corinth, and El Presidente himself, Mike. A list of great guys, and you could have put more on here. I feel like the broadcast group, there really aren't weak links. It's just a good group. It's fun to work with everybody, and they do a good job. A razor thin one again. 4 votes separating the top 3. In fact, there's a tie at the very top with 45 votes apiece. And again, your co-broadcasters of the year, Cole Mansell and Dave Murphy.
That's
Congratulations, guys. Murph, we'll go to you first. How's it feel, buddy, to win this one?
Well, now if you combine that with my half of one I won last year, I finally have one full Broadcaster of the Year award.
No way.
So that's I just thank you to everybody who voted, and I appreciate it. I love doing this. I love calling games for you guys. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and thank you to Mike for giving me a platform to do that. And Cole, congratulations. It's always an honor to share a booth with you. And again, it's almost an honor to share an award with you. Maybe eventually I'll beat you out for one.
One of these days. That's amazing. Again, me and Murph had no idea for this. That's amazing. That's amazing.
It's been killing me not to say anything to you guys.
Because you said it in the chat.
I saw it, I was like, this is amazing.
You teased it in the chat. Oh, my goodness. Thank you again. So this will be the 3rd season I've either won part of the award or, tying it again with Murph, or obviously when I won it full-time 2 seasons ago now. Thank you so much again, everybody, for the support. And like Murph said, a lot of fun to call these games with you as well, Ryan. But Murph, the dream team lives on one more season. And what are the odds? What a way to, yeah. But as Mike says in chat, the Murphy Mantell Broadcast of the Year award. At this point, we might have to get something going on that.
All right, I'm down with that.
Yeah,
there you go.
What a way.
It couldn't have gone to better broadcasters. I know I was up for the award, but I'm glad to see you guys win it. 2 guys that I love working with on broadcasts, and well-earned guys. We're going to move now to the only award that is given to a team rather than an individual. It is your Best Team Spirit Award. A lot of teams repped themselves well in league chat as well as in Twitch and in the YouTube chats, but only one team could win the award. Your nominees for Best in Team Spirit: Oklahoma State Cowboys, Michigan Wolverines, Ohio State Buckeyes, Miami Hurricanes, Oregon Ducks, Iowa Hawkeyes, and the Florida State Seminoles. This was really a 2-horse race with second place receiving 26% of the vote and first place receiving 33%. But your winner for best team spirit goes to the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Congratulations to the Pokes. Florida State right behind them, who had a really good season as well, and a team that travels well, as anybody will play them has told you. But the Pokes have won it. Cole, what's your thoughts on the best in team spirit?
Well, congrats to your team, Ryan. Well deserved. I think I had the privilege of calling either 1 or 2 Oklahoma State games. The guys definitely were in chat. Florida State doesn't repeat. I know they were looking to become only the second team to have 2 Team Spirit Awards. But what a great season for them. That is Oklahoma State's first ever Team Spirit Award. So in addition, they're looking for that win tonight for, I think, a bigger award. I don't know about what you think about it, Ryan, but really congratulations. And you guys have some awesome fans both in league chat and Twitch chat from at least my broadcaster perspective. Well deserved. Congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, this one, it means a lot. Not as much as winning the championship would mean, but it means a lot. And congratulations to all my teammates as well. We're going to move on now to the Offensive Player of the Year. A lot of great candidates here. A lot of great talent on this list. Guys like Scott Pinesaw from Kentucky, myself from Oklahoma State, Dwayne Salmons, Notre Dame, Matthew McCray, Boise State, Tucker Quirk from Kentucky, and Anthony Delano from Texas. This one was a really close race as well, guys. There were a few guys at the top that really put pressure on, but only one man can win, and that man, after having a record-setting season this year, is wide receiver Anthony Delano of Texas. Congratulations to Texas and to Delano. What a fantastic season, Murph. 1,600 yards, 15 touchdowns. I mean, what a campaign this young man had.
No doubt about it. And I in my notes for All-American, I actually have this on there. He was running around wide open so often that, Kai Coco could pretty much close his eyes and just say, F it, AD's down there somewhere, and just let it go. And you knew Delano was going to come down with it. He was just running by defenders all season long. He would make tough catches in traffic. And every time they needed a big play, it seemed to be AD Anthony Delano that stepped up, made that play, and got that offense going.
Yeah, absolutely a fantastic season. Another award I was up for, but man, it's hard to argue against Delano. He was an absolute monster. That game that he had against Alabama is one I don't think I'll ever forget. Unbelievable performance. And we're going to move to the other side of the football. Your Defensive Player of the Year. Nominees include guys like Gavin Beavers, Riley Fiegel, Jay Gates, Lincoln Griffin, Brock Hoskins, Iman Porter, Ryan Schultz. A very talented group here. This was one where a couple people got quite a few votes, but again, only one person can win it. And getting exactly 30% of the votes and winning is linebacker Brock Hoskins, Oregon. Cole, a guy that's won now 4 All-American awards. Now he's going out with the Defensive Player of the Year, and an unbelievable career for Hoskins.
He had my vote too. A really awesome career, and for the AD of Washington to vote for an Oregon player, that has to have a special season. Really, from day one in the league, Brock Hoskins has been a tackling machine. First at Iowa, and then obviously now at Oregon. We talked about Dwayne Salmons, his Hall of Fame case. I think we might have a sneaky second here, or maybe not so sneaky if you're an Oregon fan. What a season for him. Some congratulations in order, obviously, for the rest of the guys. I thought Gates had a really good shot too. But Hoskins ending his career on a high note, and if I'm not mistaken, that's his first major award as well. So congratulations in order for him.
Yeah, again, congratulations, Hoskins. A fantastic career coming to an end, and what an unbelievable player. We're going to move now to the guys that lead their teams, the AD of the Year award. A lot of talent on this list, and we have so many great ADs in this league. This is truly an honor to win this award. We have Grin from Florida State, Jeff Mel, Ohio State, OK State 56 from Oklahoma State, Clutch from Boise State, 14R Davis, Kentucky, JCD LSU, Venom of Michigan. This one, guys, another really close one. I believe it was the top 4 guys were separated by 10 votes. So, very, very close margins here. But your winner for the Athletic Director of the Year 14R Davis, Kentucky. Congratulations, well earned, a very good season, and finally getting that playoff win under his belt there at Kentucky. Murph, what do you have to say about that?
Congratulations to everybody on the list, first of all, but to 14R Davis, great season at Kentucky, well earned. Kentucky came in same time West Virginia did, so 3 seasons ago, and you can see just how well Kentucky's performed every year they've been in this league, and they've gotten better and better and better, and that's a credit to what 14R Davis has been able to do in that locker room with those guys and getting his staff together. So hats off. Couldn't have picked a better guy to win this award.
Yeah, congratulations to all the ADs that were nominated. I mean, such a fantastic list, and really there was not a bad vote among them. Like there were, anybody you can make a strong case for the way that they turned teams around or the dominant seasons that they had, but well earned by Davis, who is a fantastic AD and has done well with that Kentucky program. We're going to move on to our final award of the night, your Fan of the Year. This is one I've been looking forward to. So much talent and so many guys that just show up day in and day out in league chat and Twitch and YouTube. Guys like Frank from Oklahoma, Rogie, my partner in crime over at Oklahoma State, myself, Ryan Moreland, Oklahoma State at Auburn, Silent Ninja, who put together, the top plays week in and week out, Notre Dame, Joe Fresh, Iowa, who's become a good friend and a great guy, Ice Trey, LSU, the same could be said there, and Rokinator, Pittsburgh, who I came in the league with and has been a friend for quite some time now. This one, razor thin again, the margins, like 5 votes separating the top 3, 10 votes separating the top 5. So it's very, very, very tight at the top. But with 18% of the vote, your winner for Fan of the Year is Ryan Moreland, Oklahoma State. And again, feels weird to announce an award for yourself. And it was just an honor to be nominated. I did not think I was winning this award. There's so many good guys. Rokinator, the unofficial welcoming committee of the league. Ice Trey's always talking to people and so well liked around the league. Frank is up for this award every year. For good
I wanted
reason.
to see if it was
Is there another Twitch name change coming from Frank?
Is that I wanted to say it.
Joe Fresh, all of these guys, Silent Ninja, the work that he does, State is always active. It's an honor just to be named among them, to come out with a win. Thanks to everybody that voted for me. It's truly an honor. And definitely not lost on me. Just being named with those guys is awesome. But that does it for the CFSO awards. Congratulations to all of our nominees and all of our winners. I see Carr just said Frank just deleted his Discord. Joking around. Awesome.
Oh no.
Frank will get it 1 year.
He
will. If we get a lifetime achievement award, Frank, you're up there first.
That's the worst thing you could have said.
The Oh So Close award.
All right, guys, we're going to head now and talk about this game that, shortly kicking off here, not long at all. We have the championship game. An interesting stat here. The Pitt championship was a rematch of a week 4 game. The championship game is also a rematch of a week 4 game. So we saw both of these in that faded week 4. Oklahoma State won that game 27-24 in what was a really, really tight football game. Obviously now looking to do what Alabama did last night and avenge that loss and come out as the champions. Guys, these are 2 incredibly talented teams. Cole, for a minute here, what do you think about this game? What do you expect to see?
Well, it's certainly going to be a lot of fun. I know at the start of the playoffs, there was talk about conferences, which conferences got where. There was rumors, honestly, I think from the committee as well, that there were some voters that wanted this Boise State, Oklahoma State game to be the first round. So the fact that both these teams went out, it's going to be a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of compete in these 2 teams. And Oklahoma State, after years of not being able to win a playoff game, going all the way this year, and Boise State as well, looking to finally crest that hill. A Big 12 matchup, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what happens tonight, you're gonna have a first-time champion and a Big 12 champion, which is it's gonna be exciting. Nate, what are your initial thoughts about this championship matchup?
This one's gonna be fun from start to finish. Expected to be close. You got two teams that you just said they're looking to win their first championship ever in the league, and so they're going to be hungry, looking to go out and do just that. And OK State gets over the hump, like Cole mentioned, got his first playoff win, and now he's sitting one more win away from being able to claim the national title, and that's just huge.
Yeah, absolutely is. Let's take a quick look here. How did they get here? So we're gonna look at each team's seasons and kind of recap what it is they did to get to this point. You can go ahead and pull whichever one you want, Cole. Just throw it up there.
All right, I'll throw Boise State up first then.
All right, we'll talk about Boise State first. Nate, obviously, the one setback, that loss to Oklahoma State. Other than that, pretty impressive schedule.
Absolutely. And they did what they needed to do. And when you got teams that you're better than and expected to beat, you've got to beat them, and you've got to do it convincingly. They did that. When they played teams that equal in a skill level, they were right there, even in the close games. And then you even look at Texas, a team that excuse me, stumbling all over my words here. Texas is a great team this season. They went out and they put up a 20-point win over Texas, did it in convincing fashion. And then you look, they beat Michigan twice. Obviously not easy to beat a team twice. We're looking to see if OK State can do that tonight. But they were able to do it when they faced Michigan in week 2. And then again, just a couple weeks ago in the playoffs.
That's a good point. And let's pull up Oklahoma State now, and Cole, obviously a team that started off with a loss, and then has won every game since. What do you feel about their season coming into this and what they were able to accomplish this season?
Well, the Cowboys certainly have made it a lot of fun, of a team to watch. I think I said that earlier in the broadcast. As you see on the screen here, just some big wins. And the playoffs is where it's really mattered. A team that, as you see on the screen, since that win over Boise State in week 4, has not allowed their defense more than 14 points from any opponent, and that includes Florida State and Ohio State, two of the best offenses in the country this season. So this team is as advertised, and I believe they are favored, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know how much it is, but
7, I believe.
Yeah. It's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a little bit lower scoring than people expect, but maybe not quite as low scoring as Oklahoma State's game against Florida State. What a matchup here, as I said earlier. And the Cowboys certainly ready to make some noise here tonight.
All right. Obviously, I cannot give a prediction. Murph also not giving a prediction as me and him are on the call tonight for this game. But Cole, we're putting you on the hot seat here. Boise State, Oklahoma State. What is your prediction for this game?
And so I will caveat this with the fact that Ryan is possibly very mean by putting me on the spot for this. But as Murph so elegantly said in our dress rehearsal the other day, we actually had an article on the website at the beginning of the season where Murph and I predicted who would win. Murph predicting Wisconsin, his team no longer in the race. I predicted Oklahoma State in week 1 would win the championship, and that was before they'd won a playoff game. There was all this talk about Houston and his team not being able to go through the playoffs. So I will stick to my guns, and I will call Oklahoma State. I think, as I said, it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a little bit lower scoring than some of their more higher scoring games you see on the screen. Look towards something, maybe towards that first matchup between them, 30-27, 30-28. I think this is within a touchdown, and I think Boise State definitely has a chance here. But I'm going to go close win for the Cowboys.
All right. And Murph, before we get out of here, I know we have your keys to the game and how both of these teams can come out with a win tonight.
Absolutely. We're going to start with the Cowboys have the ball. So when Oklahoma State is on offense, here's the keys to the game. It's pretty simple for Oklahoma State. Protect the arm and hammer. You allowed 9 sacks against Florida State in your semifinal game. You cannot beat Boise State if you cannot keep Mr. Moreland standing up in the pocket. So you got to do it with the quick passing game and protect him a little bit better up front. And you also have to get Jordan Hammer going. If you don't, and you allow Boise State to just tee off on your quarterback, it could become a long night. For the Boise State defense, it's pick your poison. You got to force turnovers. You had 19 picks this season. You're also able to pick up 8 loose balls on fumbles. So if the defense for Boise State can create turnovers, give their offense a short field, they're going to have a great shot to win this ball game tonight. On the other side of things, when the Broncos have the football, it's the Eminem concert, right? Matthew McCray, you've got to get him going. He is a one-man band. Oklahoma State knows it. They're going to try and shut him down. He averages 144.8 yards a game. It doesn't matter that Oklahoma State is going to roll coverage his way. You have to get him the football if you're going to have a chance tonight. And if you're Oklahoma State on defense, it's a lunch pail D line. Bring your sack lunches. This defensive line has combined for 42 sacks this season. Les McAdoo has 16. Ben Sapp has 11. Ezra Rogalski has 9, and Kyle Tolbert has 6. So you guys can check my math, but I'm pretty sure that's 42 sacks combined for that defensive line. If they can get in the backfield and disrupt Ryan Smith and that Boise State offense, it could be the Cowboys hoisting the trophy at the end of the night.
Well, thanks for your keys of the game, Murph. And it should be a fantastic matchup and, highly anticipated. Good luck to both teams tonight. And that's about all the show we have. Congratulations to all of our All-Americans, all of our award winners, all the nominees across the board. A very special thanks to our executive producer, Mike Peters, to my co-hosts, Cole Mantell, Nate Murphy. On behalf of the broadcast crew, I am Ryan Moreland, and I want to thank you for watching this presentation of the CFSO on YouTube. In the famous words of El Presidente, grab a drink, grab a snack, and come right back. We have the CFSL championship game up next.